Hey there guys, Botstowo here. Today what I've got for you is a video that I promised like a year ago and am now just getting around to. You see I've actually got a few Chinese half-face respirators, three not so good and one that's actually pretty damn good, and I just want to quick show you each one of them. We are going to start with the one that I find to be really funny. What we've got here is a Shandong Protection Technology Co. Limited 305 type self-breathing filtrating particle-free apparatus. That is indeed its full name. The mask itself is kinda shit. You see like the rubber, it's it's not very high quality, and the smell of it actually gives me a huge headache whenever I'm around it. I don't believe it actually seals, and the head harness is very low quality, and it tends to get tangled up very easily. Now, other than the tangling issue, I don't really have an issue with the head harness itself. It's not really comfortable. This whole mask isn't actually comfortable. But, I mean, 4 points on a half-face mask, that's totally fine. So we will take a look at this very low quality plastic, I guess, filter assembly. This just unscrews off. I'll take that off after this cut. So here is the filter. It's just one of these little KN95 rated pads and this plastic cover, which threads onto this, where you can see your inlet valve. Now, the nice thing about these filters is that they do allow you to really not hold your breath and breathing. Here I've got it off the head so I can show you the exhale valve. It's kind of an interesting flap design. Not really too interesting, honestly. It's got these two little pegs there on the bottom of the oronasal cup. I have no idea what those are for. Then there you can see your inlet valve and then your exhale valve again. This has kind of a standard, just curled rubber peripheral seal. Nothing really to comment on there. I do know that I am being pretty hard on this mask, but it's not all bad. There are some advantages, which we can just read off the side of the box. You see, it has, well, 5 advantages, including don't hold your breath, lightweight, longer protection time, imported filter cotton low resistance, and the quality is higher than the national standard. I kinda call bullshit on that last one, but, you know. But you do need to be careful because you must read the instructions carefully before entering the contaminated environment or before you wear them. If wrong, may lead to life risk and death. For unclear matters, may ask the head of the company or call Shandong National Industry Protection Technology Co. Limited. And you can do that at their cell phone number, which is located on the box. Another advantage of this mask that I would like to bring up is that image shown here is indicative only. Actual product you receive will prevail. So, it is good to know that this mask will indeed prevail. Apparently. Oh yeah, and it also came with this little booklet. I assume it's the instructions, but I cannot read Chinese, so, yeah. Let me just open up. That's kind of hard with one hand here. Yep, there's the inside. This is very instructive, I guess. On the back, you've got something about 45 degrees Celsius. So, that's really all the information I need to know. Let's put this thing in the collapsible bucket of sadness. Alright, fucker, in you get. Yep, right in there. Yep. Kinda gotta wiggle it around a bit. These things are meant for water, not exactly bad Chinese off-brand respirators. There we go. The next mask we're going to be taking a look at is the Jibao 300X. Now, in the start of this video, I said that I've got 3 bad masks and 1 good mask. I forgot that I do actually like this one, so make that 2 bad masks and 2 good ones. So, while the box isn't actually funny, it does actually make up for that by, in my opinion, kind of looking like a monkey. And you see he's smiling too, so that's nice. The mask does have a 4-point head harness, which still gets tangled like the previous mask, but this one's a lot more comfortable and also has this nice head thing made out of plastic. It's pretty nice, actually. Here's your filter assembly. It's essentially just a door that you open, and there you've got your pad, which is rated KN95, I believe. See if I can focus on that. Yep, KN95. While I've got this open, I can show you the interior of the filter holder as well as the inlet valve, which is curved, interestingly. The mask is also not made out of a god-awful rubber that gives me headaches, so that's a plus. Now down here, you've got your exhale valve, which is not actually protected by anything. I'm just going to show you a better view of that. Yeah, so before getting back to the exhale valve, I want to show you the adjustment types on this mask. On this one, it's, well, 2 straps that you draw like that, and you can disconnect it. That's cool. On your head thing, you've got some pegs and a little buckle. On the previous mask, it's nowhere near as advanced. It's just 2 places where you can pull a strap through. So yes, anyways, here's your exhale valve. It's pretty much completely unguarded, except for, well, the filter holder does come down over it. Now in here, it's got, oh my god, let me fold that, there we go. Yeah, you've got kind of just the same type of peripheral seal as the last one. There's your inlet valve, and there's your exhale valve. These masks come with a set of instructions, and these are actually very instruction-y, unlike the last ones. So yeah, there's a lot of information that you can use there, and well, there's also some on the box, but nothing funny enough to show you, I think. With the second to last mask, we're going back to the bad ones. This is the Shangbao AN3001. This mask is kind of funny because, if you look very closely on the bag, you might miss it. It actually shows the entirely wrong mask. Like that's not an AN3001. I don't know why, but they just chose to put a different mask on the packaging. That's the AN3001. Like I said, this mask is kind of bad, and most of that is to do with the way the head harness works. Well, you see, it's not very comfortable. It seems durable, but it's not very comfortable. And something that is a major issue with pretty much everyone I've talked to who owns one of these straps here do actually rub up against the corners of your eyes, so that is very uncomfortable. And it's not like you can adjust the mask to sit a little bit lower so that that doesn't happen. No, the way the mask is actually built means that to make it have a proper seal, you need for it to be sitting really high up. Yep, so it does have, just like that last mask, one of these plastic harness thingies. That is quite nice. And the adjustment points are actually, there's 4 of them. They are right on the facepiece. There's one down here, 2 down here, but hopefully you can see that. Now, over here is your exhale valve. You can kind of open that somehow. Kind of just snaps. There we go. I wouldn't do that too often because the hinge that it's on seems very, very low quality. I feel like it's gonna break. Um, oh, something interesting about these filters is, oh, they are just like, hang on, KN95 pads. You can actually unthread the entire assembly for some reason. How you change the filters, however, isn't like that. You actually have to unscrew this plate from this one and replace the KN95 pad, and yeah, that's how you do that. Oh, and here is the packaging for the filters. They are just, well, pads, so you can kind of store them in bulk pretty easily, which is nice. And now we've got an information card. There are no instructions on it, it's just, well, information about the mask. So the last thing to really show you on this mask is the interior. It's pretty much the same as all the others. You got your inlet valve, your exhale valve, and, well, your peripheral seal. It does have more of a defined chin cup, but no sweat drain, which wouldn't really help on this mask since the exhale valve is located on the front. So, yeah. And the final mask that we've got today is the Strong M60. This is really the only one that I would actually wholeheartedly recommend. I actually use this as my mask that I use when I do dusty work and all that, right? So yeah, it's a pretty good mask. And something that I would like to mention is this is essentially the model that is meant to replace the Strong M50. I do have a video on that. And the main feature with these masks is the fact that it has a voice diaphragm, which I will show you in just a second. So you can quite easily take that cover off, because it's on there with just some interrupted threads, and then you've got this diaphragm. It works decently well. It is kind of a baggy diaphragm, but that's fine. And you can thread that right back on like that, and yeah. There is your exhale valve down there. That cover can also be threaded off. This is very nice because all of the pieces can be easily changed. Even the head harness, the way they lock in there, you can just take them out. It does have the best of these plastic head thingies that I've shown today. The head harness is adjustable in plenty of different places. And, well, this mask does use a 3M style bayonet system, so just like the M50, you can use 3M filters with this. And here is one of the actual ports. This gasket is not really attached in any way, it just kind of free floats, it's fine. I will say though that if you get one of these, when you put a filter on it, be careful not to torque it too much, because this plastic assembly does rotate. If it rotates too far, and I mean like, its seal will break if the flat surface here and this flat surface on the rubber aren't really aligned. So yeah, be careful with that. And now for the interior. It is, again, kind of a pretty standard interior, except for, well, you've got your diaphragm over there, and your exhale valve actually on the bottom, which is quite nice. I like that because of passive moisture drainage. But this chin cup does not actually have a sweat drain in it, so that is kind of a shame, but I've been using this thing pretty much every day for about a year, and I do really like this mask despite its not perfect sweat drainage. Anyhow, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about these masks, but before I end the video, I would like to say a couple things. So I know that this isn't the usual setup, I know you usually have the light box and all that, but that fell and, so now we're back to this. But also, I am going to college in a couple weeks here, so yeah, I won't be able to make too many videos, I don't think. The rate, I know, has already been kind of slow, but again, sorry about that. Oh yeah, but we do have a couple planned, and that one of those is on a British small box respirator, and also this fucker. So there are at least those to look forward to. In any event, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that is.